Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of Al Chapo Sports, everyone's least favorite sports show where we do the thinking so you don't have to. Today we've got another UFC video to cover for you, and the topic of the day rather, is Noche UFC, specifically the main event. I hear there's a lot of people out there thinking this was a robbery or a bad decision. For context, what happened is this is the champ, Alexa Grasso. She went in a rematch against Valentina Shevchenko, whom she took the strap off of, and she won, guys. I don't know how to put it to you any other way. Not really. The real decision was a split draw, meaning one judge scored it for Shevchenko, one scored it for Grasso, and one scored it as a draw. Now we can get into those cards, and they're all sorts of wacky 10-8s where there was no 10-8, and just weirdness all around. But the end result is a draw, meaning the champ here, Alexa Grasso, retains. You cannot lose your title off of a draw. So let's talk about the fight a little bit in itself. So, it's pretty clear that Shevchenko won rounds 1 and round 3. It's also very clear that Alexa Grasso won round 2 and round 5. 4 is the round where things get messy and people have a lot of opinions. So Shevchenko comes out in the first and is just looking solid, wins it 10-9. Round 2 comes along, Grasso drops Shevchenko, and it's a pretty good hit. I thought a finish was looming. But Shevchenko survives, they go to the third, and Shevchenko puts on a masterclass. Not anything that would warrant a 10-8. There's no 10-8s warranted in this fight, mind you. A lot of ground control time. She's really landing better takedowns and displaying better grappling than Grasso in this round. Then we get to the fourth. This is the swing round. It's kind of hard to say, but I believe it belonged to Grasso for the sole reason that she landed the more impactful shots in round 4. She had a barrage of knees to the head, and it was kind of even, but also kind of not, because for every pitter-patter Shevchenko was landing, Grasso was landing bombs. And I can't remember if it was at the end of 3 or the end of 4, but Grasso threw up a heel hook attempt, which looked pretty good to me. But what do I know? And yeah, so if you go back and look at the stats of this fight, it says Grasso only attempted 1 submission on the ground. That's not true. She attempted the heel hook towards the end of either round 3 or 4, forgive me for not remembering. And towards the end of round 5, which we'll talk about later, she hits a few attacks from the back, looking for a choke, looking for a crank. So, yes, round 4 happens. Grasso's landing big knees, lands the better shots. That's why I award this round to her. Then we go to 5, and Grasso dominates Shevchenko again. Again, I want to stress, not dominating to the point that warrants a 10-8, but still dominates nonetheless. Lands a takedown of her own, gets some ground control time of her own, and attempts a few subs. It looked like it was going to end the way the first fight did, but it didn't. The announcer reads the scorecards. One scored it for Shevchenko, which I can kind of understand. If you throw round 4 her way, I don't agree, but I can see where they're coming from. One scores it for Grasso, the exact same way I scored this fight, and then one judge throws in some wacky card that has Shevchenko winning 1, 3, and 4, Grasso winning 2 and 5, but winning 5 with a 10-8, resulting in the draw. Now, because I believe Grasso won, I'm not upset by this decision of a draw. I'm not upset that she retains her title. Not at all. In fact, I think this is a net positive outcome because, yes, Grasso didn't get to win, but at least she didn't lose her title from this. The point being is this was not a robbery. This was a very close fight, and depending on how you scored that 4th round, you could justifiably send it either way. But Alexa Grasso wins and retains her title, which is ultimately good for, well, maybe good for Mexico. This was, after all, Noche UFC, the UFC event on Mexican Independence Day, highlighting and celebrating Mexican fighters. So what's good for the people is good for the company tonight. Bottom line, guys, I know I've rambled a bit in this video. This was not a robbery. If you think this was, you don't know what a robbery is. Let me know what you all think in the comments below. I will see you guys next time. Subscribe for more videos. Bye.